Welcome to the Natural Health Advisor app demo built on AWS PartyRock GenAI apps playground. Think about this app as your personal naturopath, where you can ask it any health-related questions, providing minimum information like age, allergies, and previous medical conditions. The app will then provide you with a personal natural remedies and suggested weekly meal tailored for you. You also have the option to chat with the app for follow-up questions. This app is built on Claude large language model using Amazon Bedrock service. Before we get started, I want to make it clear that this app is not intended to provide medical advice or serve as a replacement for professional medical care. Only a licensed physician can diagnose and treat medical conditions. It is important to consult with your doctor before starting any new remedy, as supplements and herbs can interact with medication and cause side effects or other issues in some cases. Any information provided by this app should not be used to self-diagnose or self-treat any condition. This app is meant to serve as an informational resource only, not professional medical advice. You should always follow the guidance of your personal physician over any suggestion from this app. This app is not liable for any issues resulting from the use or misuse of the information provided. Getting professional medical advice from your doctor is strongly recommended. Let's go ahead and start the demo. The first step is to ask the application the health-related question you need help with. I'm going to ask it, how can I decrease the inflammation in my body and address indigestion issues? Then I will go ahead and provide more information like my age, any allergies or dietary restrictions. For example, I'm going to provide it with like gluten, dairy. I also don't like tofu, so I will include tofu. Previous medical conditions, we can come up with something like high blood pressure. Once we provide these inputs, the application will start building a natural remedy for us, considering all the information that we provided previously, the age, the medical condition, and any allergies or dietary restrictions. The next step, the application will build a suggested weekly meal considering the allergy and dietary restrictions we provided previously. It's going to give us some ideas for food to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for each day of the week. Let's say I have more questions about which probiotics I should use from the natural remedy. I can go ahead and chat with the application in the chat pod and ask questions like which type of probiotics I should use. The application will respond with more tips and information about which probiotics type that will fit my medical condition and information that I provided about myself previously. Another example, let's say I want to update or modify the suggested weekly meal. I want to know how much protein intake for each of these meals. Let's say I want to make sure that every day I'm going to have a minimum of 100 grams of protein. So I can ask the application to include the protein intake per each meal and the total protein intake per day and update that suggested weekly meal with this information. The application will rewrite the meal plan and also will include the protein intake for each meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also the total protein intake for each of these meals. These are just examples for some follow-up questions to modify or customize the results from the application. But I hope that this application gives you some ideas how to improve your health and how to build some suggestions for meals that can help you improve your health. Now I want to move to the next step to explain how we build this application in the background. Each one of these widgets, you can edit it and customize it as you wish. This one here, it's a user input field, and I can give it a title, I can delete it, and I can give it a default value if I want to. Same thing with the age, allergies, and previous medical conditions. These are all input fields that I designed and added to my application. These green ones that has the LLM label, this is a large language model output from the application. I also can edit it and customize it as I wish. I can give it a title. I can select the large language model that I want to use in the background. I can select between Claude, different types of Claude LLMs, Jurassic 2, and so on. I can also design a prompt for that LLM. So think about it like what instructions I want the model to consider before they provide the output. So in this case, I wanted to suggest the natural remedies and supplements to address the health concern described here in that field, considering the user age, their allergies and dietary restrictions, and any previous medical conditions. Let's say I added a new widget for another user input down the road and I want to add it to the prompt. Well, what can I do is I can just type add and I'm going to have a drop down list of all um, the fields that I can add it to the prompt. Very easy to customize and change prompt on spot. There's also some advanced settings to the LLM model itself to change the temperature or the top P. So think about these settings to, do you want the model to pretty much always provide the same answers for the same questions, or every time they can provide like different answer, be more creative? So again, this is up to the testing that you will do on the app and decide which results or which setting will give you the best results. So I'm gonna go ahead here to the next one, which is the suggested meals. In the suggested meal, I asked it to provide me a suggested meal based on the allergies and dietary restrictions and the natural remedies that the application provided in the previous step. Again, you can customize it, you can add age, you can add anything else that you want to that prompt. The third one here, this is a different type of widget because it's a chatbot widget. So in this case, it's not just an output from the LLM, but it gives the user the option to chat and have this conversational chat with the LLM. But I also designed a prompt for that chatbot, and I said, still need more help, but I also was this problem. But before I answer, I want to consider the user age, avoid their allergies, dietary restrictions, and consider their previous medical condition. So I still put some boundaries for the model even before they chat with the users based on the inputs that the user previously provided. Again, you can test and change, tweak all these prompts and get the best results you're looking for. How can I add a new widget? I can just click here, and as you can see, I have an option to select from user input, a static text, or an AI powered widget like text generation or even image generation, and chatbot widgets. Let's say I'm going to add a static text here and I keep it as default for now. Happy with the changes, I can go ahead and release the changes. So now this is going to be publicly available for the users that use the application, like deploy the new changes. You can also edit and share publicly the application or take a snapshot. So snapshot, it's think about it like the results for this specific questions and inputs. You can keep a copy of it as a snapshot, and then that snapshot you can have a link to it, and you can revisit it later without the need to enter all the information from scratch. So I hope this was a helpful demo to see how easy it is to build GenAI application on AWS PartyRock tool. Um, the sky's the limit. Think about a use case that resonates to you. Start building an application, test the inputs, test the prompts, test the different models, and see what results you're happy with, and share it with your network and see what their feedback will look like. It's very easy to build this kind of application. I encourage everyone to try it themselves. Thank you and have a great day.